my God.
Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Truly Chinny. I am happy to be doing this video. I'm trying to make it before my baby wakes up again. I just put him down. Then I was like knocking stuff over, trying to find my lipstick and trying not to wake him up, but making all kinds of noise. Anyway, I'm here. I got my lip gloss. I got my camera. I'm ready to go. So I really wanted to do a video about 10 things that I wish I had known when I was younger. I'm 34 right now. I'm proud, okay, of my age, but I really wish sometimes that back in the day, probably from the time I was like 18 to the time I got married when I was 25, I really wish that I had just, like, I wonder what if I could go back and look at my young self and shake her and smack her across the face, what is it that I would tell her? And so I came up with a list of 10 things that I think pretty much sum it up. And I think that every young woman could benefit from knowing these 10 things. And I wish I knew them. So here you go. Never let anybody determine your self-worth. Particularly if they're telling you that you are not worth every bit that you are worth. And I think that that's really hard when it's somebody that's supposed to be telling you that you are amazing, wonderful, beautiful, all that stuff that we are. For example, my dad sent the message to me for about 11 years that I was worthless. He left, he abandoned me and my family when I was 9 years old, and I had no idea where he was for months. And he really didn't take the time or seem interested at all in investing in a relationship with me until I was about 21 and in college. You know, it's tough to erase that from your mind because although he didn't verbally say you are worthless, that's the message that he sent to me. And so you have to make sure that you know that you are valuable and that you are amazing and that you're wonderful. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Girls are not always nice. And I think that I kind of suffered from naivete. Is that how you say it? I need to pull out, where my dictionary at? Dictionary! It's a children's one, but I'm not going to look that up now. Anyway, I was suffering from being naive. I really thought that everybody was going to be nice to me because that's what I was giving everybody else. I was being kind to them. I thought that people would give you what you give them, but unfortunately that's just not how life works. And I have seen women be so rude to each other, and I wish that we all got that memo about feminism and sisterhood and yes honey, you win, I win, you win, we win. It's not like that. And particularly in the workplace, don't assume that like if you have a female boss and you are starting off your young family or whatever that, oh yeah, she's gonna understand what it's like when I have to take off or whatever. No, boo-boo. A lot of these chicks are trifling and conniving, and they are scandalous, and they really don't care if you have a baby or no baby or 3 babies or whatever. They don't care. And it's sad, but that's the reality. So in turn, when you find women who support you and who are kind, thank God for them because, you know, they are few and far between. That's what I found. Okay. I'm just saying, these chicks be tripping. So watch your back. Okay. Always listen to your gut. Every time. I'm so serious. I've gotten better at listening to my intuition because now I can recognize it more. I used to be like, oh no, I'm just going crazy. No, I'm just going, no. But now I'm like, oh no, that's my intuition. If you're getting that little inkling that something isn't right, run or do something to change it or whatever, because you need to value that. Okay. That's life looking out for you. So listen to it. Never, ever, ever. This kind of goes on to the last one, piggyback. But never, ever, ever get drunk around somebody you would not trust your life with. I am so serious. Think about it though. And see, the thing is when you're young, you feel invincible. You feel like nothing can happen to me. It's like you're kind of desensitized to reality, or there's a wall between you and what's real. But there really isn't. But you feel invincible. Am I making sense right now? Don't just be in a group and go out and get your drinky drink on and get out of control and think that that's not going to come back to haunt you, because I mean, hello, there's date rape. That's real. And just the reality that, you know, somebody could video record you and then have your craziness up on Instagram or on Facebook in like 2 seconds. And then your career could be done. Or any future career that you might have done. So, you know, definitely watch your back and make sure that if you're out having a good time, you are with people that you trust 100%. Any guy who does not make you feel like you are a blessing is bad news. Boo boo, please run. Put your running shoes on, put your Nikes on, your Asics, your Reeboks, whatever, and run. Like Flojo. I was in relationships that totally damaged me, left me damaged and botched up and crazy and thinking so terribly about myself, feeling ugly, you know. But if a guy is putting you down, why would you let him into your space, into your circle? You are letting him come into your life, into your space, having your time. And it has taken me years of therapy to get past some of the things that guys that I was with told me. And it's so funny because you always remember the terrible things they said and never the good things. So if you think, oh, but he's really good to me sometimes, you ain't gonna remember that in 5 years when y'all are no longer together. You will no longer remember the good things that he has told you. Trust. Bet. Run, boo boo. Get them Nikes. Don't ever rush into anything, particularly if you're like me. My dad used to say something really, really wise, and that was, when you don't know what to do, don't do anything at all. And that's not to be passive in life and to let life pass you by, but I've always been a very anxious person, and I've acted out of anxiety. So what he was saying was just cut everything off, take a break, shut it down, think about it, pray about it, and then get back to it later. You know, and don't let anybody pressure you into making a huge decision. You know, think about it. Don't rush into it. Just breathe through it and, you know, make a good decision. Be good with saying no. Be good with that. Be good at it. No. No. No, boo boo. I will not. I can't and I won't. And don't apologize for that. Because for the longest time, I was like, okay, I'm not good at saying no. I can say no, but I got to put a sorry with it. So it would come out like, can you do something crazy, Trini? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. No. Be good with saying no. Don't apologize. Because what will happen is if you're not saying no, people will sure enough walk over you. All over you. And they won't be thinking about you, and you're left doing whatever it is that you really didn't have the time or the resources to do. And they chilling. I've gotten really good at saying no, and I'm getting better at it. But I had what my therapist calls a nice syndrome, where I wanted to please everybody, and I'm getting past that though, because I ain't got time for that. Don't punish a good man when he comes along for the things that other people have done to you. So if you're hurt and, you know, you're angry, but the person that hurt you is no longer in front of you, who's in front of you? The guy that you're with now, and he's a good one? Don't do that. Don't punish him. And it took our marriage counselor, marriage counseling was the best thing we ever did. It improved our marriage so much, and we're so much better because of it. But anyway, that's another video. Do not take that anger out on your new man. Because if your new man is a good guy, he's there to help you heal and to help you feel comfortable and secure. And so by tearing him down, and I didn't even realize I was doing it until the therapist pointed that out. And I was like, wow, that's real jacked up. I just didn't know. I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. And so once I did, of course, I corrected it. But, you know, the hurt that I experienced from my father, from other guys I had been in a relationship with, you know, they were no longer around. My father passed, so they were no longer around. And so I was taking all of that anger out on my husband. But he was the one who was there for me now and loving me and telling me how beautiful I am. He has never, ever told me that I'm ugly or that something's wrong with me, you know, or that I'm not pretty enough or whatever. But, you know, somebody else did tell me that. So I can't take that out on him. I got to work that stuff out. Know that you're beautiful. Beautiful. From sun up to sundown, makeup on, makeup off, weaved up, bald headed, teeny weeny afro, hair down your back, 4C, 2A. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are beautiful. We are beautiful because I believe that we're created in God's image. And so if God created me, how could I be ugly? You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I've had people tell me that I am not beautiful. I've had people tell me, you know, point out things that are wrong with me. And at this point in my life, I'm just like, I ain't got time for that, boo-boo, because you're obviously insecure. But I'm not going to let you take me there. And I'm not going to let you get a temporary fix with your insecurity by putting me down. I'm not playing that game. So know that you're beautiful. And it's so hard when we're bombarded with so many images of seemingly perfect woman on Instagram and whatever. And you know, people show us what they want to see. That's the bottom line. People, I was talking to my mom about this the other day. People show us what they want us to see. So if a woman only wants to show herself with makeup on and weaved up and face beat and hunty, then that's all she's going to show. But she's not going to show her crusty face in the morning when she looking like Freddy Krueger. Personally, I don't have a problem showing myself from time to time looking crazy because that's just reality. I don't look great in real life all the time, so I'm not going to look great on YouTube all the time. But know that you're beautiful. No matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody tells you. And there's some hurtful people out here, so be strong. I have to say, life is tough. You know? None of us want to believe that, but it's true. And life sure enough has thrown me some curveballs. I'm feeling about like Babe Ruth up in this piece. But the number one thing is, as tough as life is, you have got to have a strong system of support. So, you know, me, I'm like, oh, I'm strong. I'm independent. I don't need anybody. If I need somebody that shows weakness, I got this. I got this. Okay, I got this, but sometimes I won't, or I don't feel like having this, and I just need some help, some motivation. So whether it's friends, family, you know, pastor, people on YouTube, I don't know, whoever, you know, have a strong system of support. And I mean those real friends, like those real friends, those 3 o'clock in the morning friends. You know what I'm saying? Those are the real friends that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning. You need at least 1, maybe 2 of them. You know, and if you're lucky to have 2, oh my gosh, like that's astounding. So get at least 1. Okay guys, I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that maybe you've, I don't know, heard something that resonated with you, clicked with you, I don't know, something. But this is just something that's close and dear to my heart because I find myself giving these talks a lot of times, either to myself in the mirror. Girl, you better go ahead. You is strong, girl. You is strong. Or like, you know, to a student since I'm a teacher. So I just figured, why not put it on YouTube? And please comment below. Tell me, what is it that you would have added to this list? What do you wish that you could go back and tell your younger self? So, yes, comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you guys for tuning in. Now I gotta go and check on my baby. He let me get through this whole video. I had put him down and he's been sleeping. Thank you, Jesus. All right, guys. Much love.